Imagine a world where stealing a loaf of bread could cost you your hand, or accusing someone falsely could mean facing the very punishment you tried to inflict. Terrifying, right? But this wasn't a dystopian novel, it was the reality under the Hammurabi Code, one of humanity's first legal systems. What if I told you that some of these laws still echo in our daily lives today? Recently, I asked you all on our YouTube community tab if you'd like a video explaining some of the most important laws of the Hammurabi Code, and the response was overwhelming. So, here we are, diving deep into the laws that shape civilization. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll see the Hammurabi Code in a whole new light, and maybe even spot its influence in modern laws. The birth of law and order. Let's rewind 3,800 years to ancient Babylon, where King Hammurabi ruled with a mix of wisdom and strictness. Picture a kingdom bustling with merchants, farmers, and families, a society in desperate need of order. Hammurabi's solution? A set of 282 laws inscribed on a massive stone pillar for everyone to see. Now, think about that for a second. Why carve laws into stone? Was it to keep everyone accountable, or was it to make sure no one dared mess with the king's authority? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And honestly, imagine the modern equivalent, posting all your country's laws on a giant billboard. Would anyone even stop scrolling through their phones to read it? Probably not. Law number 1, the law of retribution. Let's start with one of the most famous principles, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Sounds brutal, doesn't it? But surprisingly, it wasn't meant to encourage revenge, it was about proportional justice. Imagine someone damages your car in an accident today. You wouldn't get to go smash theirs in retaliation, would you? No, you'd file an insurance claim. Hammurabi's code was essentially the ancient equivalent of insurance policies, except a lot scarier and, well, bloodier. But did you know there was a loophole in this rule, one that favored the rich? Stick with me, I'll reveal that in just a moment. Law number 129, infidelity and family. Now let's talk about marriage, because nothing stirs drama quite like relationships, right? Law 129 dealt with infidelity. If a wife was caught cheating, both her and her lover could be tied together and drowned. Harsh, yes. But it reflected how deeply family honor was valued in Babylonian society. Fast forward to today, while the punishment has obviously changed, the idea of family honor influencing laws still exists in many cultures. Ever wondered why divorce laws or child custody battles feel so complicated? Yep, echoes of Hammurabi's strict view of family ties. Although, drowning is punishment? That's one way to make divorce lawyers irrelevant, right? Law number 42, property rights. Let's shift gears. Law 42 tackled something we all deal with, property rights. If you rented land but failed to cultivate it, you were fined. Now, let me ask you this, how often do we see this concept today? Think about lease agreements or penalties for leaving a house vacant. What's fascinating is that these laws weren't just about punishment, they were about creating a culture of responsibility. A lesson we could all use, especially when procrastinating on, say, gym memberships or Netflix subscriptions. But what about laws designed to protect the poor? Were they as fair as they seemed? Let's find out. Law number 23, protecting the vulnerable. Here's a law that will surprise you. If a robbery occurred and the thief wasn't caught, the local government had to compensate the victim. That's right, the authorities were held accountable. Now, imagine if this applied today. Would governments be quicker to solve crimes if they had to reimburse every victim of fraud? It's a wild thought, isn't it? And hey, if your phone gets stolen tomorrow, don't run to the police shouting, "Hammurabi said you owe me an iPhone." It doesn't work like that anymore. Now, remember that loophole I teased earlier? While Hammurabi's laws seemed strict, they weren't exactly fair. Wealthy individuals often paid fines to escape harsher punishments. Sound familiar? It's the ancient version of today's money talks in legal systems. So, was Hammurabi's code truly revolutionary, or did it just reinforce social hierarchies? Something to think about as we explore modern justice. Why it matters today. Whether it's family law, property rights, or criminal justice, the Hammurabi Code laid the foundation for many legal systems we know today. It reminds us of how far we've come, and how far we still have to go. But here's the big question, can laws ever truly be fair for everyone? That's something to ponder as we move forward. Now, if you think the Hammurabi Code was fascinating, wait until we dive into the history of trial by jury. Did you know it started in ancient Greece and evolved into the backbone of modern justice in America? In my next video, we'll explore how a simple idea of citizen involvement became the cornerstone of democracy. Don't miss it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which Hammurabi law you found the most fascinating or downright terrifying. Until next time, keep questioning the world around you.